You're listening to the November 22nd, 2014 reading of Blossom Goodchild's channeling with the Federation of Light.
Blossom Goodchild reporting for duty, sir. Keen to continue on from last week.
Warmest regards to each one as we continue forth in your entertaining fashion. Much have we learned of humor as the messages have progressed through your years. Welcome.
I've settled in with my position now, so let's give it a whirl. First of all, are you able to elaborate when you spoke of many communications that the governments have had with ETs, face to face, and that the government have reneged on their promises?
We can speak of this in a small dose, for as you were reminded this morning whilst tuning in, there is much we choose not to divulge, due to it being detrimental to your safety. Therefore, we have to be aware of certain truths not hitting too closely to home, to those that keep an eye on that which we converse about, by which we mean those who are not reading these messages for growth of their soul, but to vet what is said to make sure they do not come too near the mark.
I can get that, and in truth, I thank you for keeping me safe in that way. So, what are you able to tell us about this?
We are aware of knowledge that has been exchanged to those in high positions of your world. Knowledge that can greatly benefit technology and transform many things from a lower vibration to a higher one. This exchange of information was not decided upon in the blink of an eye, yet considered very carefully before doing so, in trust. The exchange on the part of those of Earth was to allow much of this knowledge to be given out to your world in order to help its growth, literally. Yet, when push came to shove, we kept our side of the bargain, or would we prefer to use the word offering, and your Earthworlders did not, for they kept the information to themselves and used it for covert operations and bribery and to benefit themselves. Much of the knowledge given is kept highly secret, for again, if it was to be shared, the citizens of your world would have no need to rely on that which your governments say are necessary in order to maintain life and order. For that which was offered was able to assist your planet in so much progression in a short time. It was therefore decided that any exchanges would no longer be considered, for we were let down and understood that what one may promise, what these people consider to be promises, are not actually what they mean. Their agenda was very different from that which we were told.
I have heard, though, and it's only hearsay, that there is a certain faction of the Greys that work with those in full control on Earth and exchanges are made. Is this so?
Yes.
Can you speak of this?
To a degree. As many are aware, there is intense secrecy involved in underground hangars. That, in a way, is like a whole new world going on within its gates. And these gates are securely, beyond securely, fastened, as if souls who reside there literally live there, for fear of any secrecy getting out.
Not that secret, if many of us are already aware.
Yet, aware to a certain awareness. Much is not revealed.
Years ago, I had a vision as I was going to sleep of ETs in large tubes filled with liquid, a bit like when one preserves dead animals to experiment upon. Then, I saw on a program called the X-Files this very thing. I think I may have mentioned this before somewhere. Do they have many ETs captured in these places?
Yes.
Are these ETs alive?
Yes. Yet not in full awareness. It is as if they are in a comatose existence, for now.
Until when?
Until those who have them stranded there decide they may awaken one to try and pump information from them.
Can you not rescue them? In my innocence, can you not beam them up or something?
No, because of the structure in which they reside. The density of the material within the very walls is designed to this very reason.
That saddens me. Much of this world could sadden me if I allowed it to, yet I am learning to be detached. And it doesn't matter anyway.
In the bigger picture, it does not matter. What we can tell you is,
I just got it downloaded. I feel better now.
that as with all living things, the soul does not have to stay in the physical form of that which it is. When you sleep, your soul travels, does it not? When you meditate, your soul can travel, can it not? When a human being is in a comatose state, for long, long periods of time, their soul chooses to be out of its body. It has no reason to be there at times. Therefore, it is the same with our family that are contained in these tubes. They are not necessarily in their body full time.
Okay, so if one is woken up to have information extracted from them, why do they not choose to stay away from their physical and just be dead when taken out of this liquid? If that's the correct word.
Because death, if that is the correct word, has to take place. Much like the human, until the cord is cut, the etheric body, soul, cannot completely leave.
Do ETs have a cord?
Yes, like the human. It is an attachment to the physical form.
Yet if the soul of the ET simply chose not to come back in when taken out of the tube, what would happen?
It is difficult to explain because it did not actually die.
For want of a better word.
It is still, like it or not, attached to the body, and when taken out of the influencing liquid, it is shot back into its physicality.
Are they tortured for information?
Yes. They are not exempt from feeling pain.
Okay, so what do your councils have to say about that?
There is not a plan to break in and rescue, if that is what you are thinking. For it cannot be done, and in the grand scheme, would not be compatible with the plan.
I can feel that has to be accepted on a deeper level of understanding. For it is, for me, at this time, too huge to be broken down into words. I can just pick up on that.
Thanking you for your understanding and acceptance.
Can I just ask, though, how did those particular ETs come to be there? How were they captured?
Some indeed by crashed vessels, and others who were there in form to assist in sharing the knowledge, and were then duped and restrained.
Like, how many are we talking here?
1,000, around that figure.
What? Those places underground are vast.
And indeed they are places, not just one place.
How on earth did so many end up being there?
We smile, for like you and many of your kind, they volunteered.
Knowing the risk.
Knowing. Yet knowing of choices and possibilities also. Can you see and connect with how similar we are as one family? Are you not in the same boat, in a sense? That you feel trapped within a place that keeps you dulled?
Oh, yes. Makes me feel I should quit the moaning mini scene. So they volunteered to be there. Did they exchange humans, as in the Close Encounters movie?
We do not have need for this. This was not part of our mission. They agreed to go in order to teach finer ways, to teach of resources that could benefit your planet. They allowed themselves to interact on a face-to-face basis in exchange for love, to assist, and to bring your planet back to its once former glory. Please accept also that these beings that were part of this particular project are of high intelligence and love, and therefore able to accept where they are on a different level from perhaps you are feeling for them.
That's good. I have to say, though, 1,000? What do you mean by around that figure?
Because we are not able to keep tab of all that is taking place within those structures. Yet we are able to get some reporting back when it is possible.
I heard that all these underground bunkers were disposed of and emptied out.
With all respect, Blossom, you heard wrong.
Whoa. Our new relationship is much more forthcoming. You will keep me safe, though. You will beam me up if necessary.
We feel your humor.
I'm smiling now. Yet believe me, I wouldn't be should I suddenly disappear, as have many who speak of these things.
Blossom, we shall be careful in what we say. We always are. Take a look back at how our conversations are designed, mixed with the way you feel about it all now and then. Chance, do you think?
I'd like to swear if it was all right to, but I won't. A big penny dropped here. Yet how far can we go with material shared?
As far as we know is safe. That which has caused confusion for many, that which many feel has been inconclusive, that which we beat around the bush concerning. Does that make more sense to many, as to be reasoning behind it now?
Well, it does to me. I can't speak for others. Yet I would imagine so. Time to go. Wow, that felt great. Thank you.
Thank you for accepting your position in its truth on a higher rung of the ladder. There are more steps to climb where trust, once again, will feel tested.
Well, I'll deal with that as the me I've grown into when it happens. In so much love and thanks.
Nanu, Nanu.
That made me laugh so much when it came into my head, and I thought, no, I can't put that. And then I thought, yes, I can. You are exchanging humour. Plus, I am called Nanu by choice by my grandchildren. Tally-ho, folks, chocks away.